Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Halo. Last time we fought our way through the gauntlet that is the library, but now we're set to activate Halo and stop the flood. No problem.
Which means that any organism with sufficient mass and cognitive capability is a potential vector. Is something wrong?
No, nothing.
Splendid, shall we? Unfortunately, my usefulness to this particular endeavor has come to an end. Protocol does not allow units with my classification to perform a task as important as the reunification of the index with the core. That final step is reserved for you, Reclaimer. Odd. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, really?
Cortana.
I've spent the last 12 hours cooped up in here watching you toady about, helping that thing get set to slit our throats.
Hold on now. He's a friend.
Oh, I didn't realize. He's your pal, is he? Your chum? Do you have any idea what that bastard almost made you do?
Yes. Activate Halo's defenses and destroy the flood, which is why we brought the index to the control center.
You mean this?
A construct in the core? That is absolutely unacceptable.
Sod off!
What impertinence! I shall purge you at once!
You sure that's a good idea?
How dare you? I'll...
Do what? I have the index. You can just float and sputter.
Enough! The flood is spreading. If we activate Halo's defenses, we can wipe them out.
You have no idea how this ring works, do you? Why the Forerunners built it? Halo doesn't kill Flood. It kills their food. Humans, Covenant, whatever. We're all equally edible. The only way to stop the Flood is to starve them to death. And that's exactly what Halo is designed to do. Wipe the galaxy clean of all sentient life. You don't believe me? Ask him.
Is it true?
More or less. Technically, this installation's pulse has a maximum effective radius of 25,000 light years. But once the others follow suit, this galaxy will be quite devoid of life. Or at least any life with sufficient biomass to sustain the flood. But you already knew that. I mean, how couldn't you?
Left out that little detail, did he?
We have followed outbreak containment procedure to the letter. You were with me each step of the way as we managed this crisis.
Chief, I'm picking up movement.
Why would you hesitate to do what you've already done?
We need to go right now.
Last time you asked me, if it were my choice, would I do it? Having had considerable time to ponder your query, my answer has not changed. There is no choice. We must activate the ring.
Get us out of here.
If you are unwilling to help, I will simply find another. Still, I must have the index. Give your construct to me, or I will be forced to take her from you.
That's not going to happen.
So be it. Save his head. Dispose of the rest.
Look out.
Okay, so we got the Monitor and the Sentinels as allies for like one video. There's a lot of important details in that cutscene. The second big twist of Halo is that Halo is not a weapon that we can use against the Covenant, or even a weapon that they can use against us. It is a galaxy-scale extinction machine. And also that there's more Halos. I guess we should have known that since he called it Installation 04, but it's a little bit of a revelation.
We can't let the Monitor activate Halo. We have to stop him. We have to destroy Halo. According to my analysis of the available data, I believe the best course of action is somewhat risky. An explosion of sufficient size will help destabilize the ring, and will cut through a number of primary systems. We need to trigger a detonation on a large scale, however. A starship's fusion reactors going critical would do the job. I'm going to search what's left of the Covenant BattleNet and see if I can locate the Pillar of Autumn's crash site. If the ship's fusion reactors are still relatively intact, we can use them to destroy Halo.
So, I love that line. Somewhat risky. We're just gonna detonate a fusion reactor.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. Another important detail in that cutscene that I didn't have time to mention. 343 Guilty Spark seems to be confusing us for someone else. Which I guess explains why he doesn't explain anything to us. He thinks we already know it. But that's interesting.
I never put that together.
Yeah.
It also kind of explains the Reclaimer title.
Yeah. Yeah, did he call us that in the last video?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
No, in the last
I don't
video,
know.
I don't know.
Okay. If he did, I forgot to notice it, or didn't notice it, but yes. He calls us Reclaimer, which seems like a title rather than like a name.
I haven't located the crash site yet, but we need to buy some time in case the Monitor or his Sentinels find a way to activate Halo's final weapon without the Index. The machinery in these canyons are Halo's primary firing mechanisms. They consist of 3 phase pulse generators that amplify Halo's signal and allow it to fire deep into space. The power levels are enormous. I can't even begin to calculate the pulse's range. So, if we damage or destroy these generators, the Monitor will need to repair them before Halo can be used. That should buy us some time. I'm marking the location of the nearest pulse generator with a nav point. We need to move in and neutralize the device.
Think you're slick with that?
Pro moves.
Thank you. Right off the bat, we're going to notice kind of a problem with her waypoint. It's all the way up there.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, we're going to have to find a way to get up there, I guess.
So, let me just make sure that I'm caught up
Okay.
to speed. A whole bunch of super smart people figured out a way to stop the pandemic.
Yeah.
And you're deciding not to do that and to ignore the protocols.
I mean, the problem is that their solution is sort of the herd immunity solution, which is just to let enough people die that the virus dies out itself, which I'm not a fan of.
So you're saying the cure is worse than the disease, is what you're
I
saying.
am saying that, yes.
I just want to be on the record here.
Fantastic. Thank you for making it topical.
So let's see what's in the news. What's Trump up to?
No.
Just kidding.
So we are, at the moment anyway, just playing through Assault on the Control Room backwards.
Wait, we should commandeer one of those Banshees. We'll need it to reach the pulse generator in time.
Yeah, so that's going to be our solution, is flying a Banshee. That's getting way too close for comfort.
Time to spank it.
Is that going to be your
I
catchphrase?
saw those. Maybe.
Isn't it already?
Wow.
I always
Yeah.
forget about the spanker thing. Like, I don't know why. It's so funny, but...
Gave that grunt what he deserved.
It's a little bit overkill, but... Ooh.
Miss.
Oof.
The Wraiths are actually quite good at avoiding rockets, but they actually do need to see them coming. If you take them by surprise, they won't move out of the way, which is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Banshee.
Get moving. The nav marks our target.
It's a very cool vehicle to fly around. Flying works surprisingly well, I think, for a game that
it's
only
pretty
has...
forgiving.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun with it in co-op, I remember.
One thing I want to mention is the bonus content at the end of video 5 was me showing off the hidden musical cue. There's actually a second place you can do that if you fly the Banshee up to the top of the temple over there. Just kind of a fun fact. The Banshee also has some pretty serious weaponry. It's very good in a fight. I don't think the Banshee's in multiplayer in Halo 1, is it?
No.
No.
Maybe the computer version, or no?
Yes.
That's the pulse generator. The center core is the signal amplifier. That's what we need to shut down. We need to interrupt the pulse generator's energy stream. I've adjusted your shield system so that it will deliver an EMP burst to disrupt the generator, but you'll need to walk into the beam to trigger it. The EMP blast should neutralize the generator, but it will also drain your shields and leave you vulnerable until they recharge.
Oh, this seems like such a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Just trust her.
Objective accomplished. The pulse generator has overloaded. Scanning. The generator's central core is offline. Well done.
Yeah, the PC version had a lot of fan-made mods that allowed them to put a lot of vehicles in that didn't actually exist in Halo 1.
Yeah, but I think even the default Halo PC did have the Banshee.
I think you could put it on
it had a
the large
flamethrower,
maps.
too.
Yes, it did have the flamethrower.
Which is
Yeah.
really
and
random.
A bunch of other things that aren't really applicable, but yes.
The second pulse generator is located in the adjacent canyon. Move out and I'll mark the target with a nav point when we get closer.
A bonus Banshee. Yeah, I
Yes,
guess they expected you to crash your other one.
Yeah, they always give you a new Banshee just in case you've done something stupid.
As we're likely to do.
Yeah, absolutely. The levels just look so cool when you're flying around them. Like, they actually look good from the air.
Have you seen that weapon before?
The fuel rod
The fuel
cannon?
rod?
Yeah.
Oh, the grunt carrying it. Yes, so that is
Yeah.
brand new, you're right. So, like, the fuel rod cannon is what the hunters use, and actually what the Banshee uses for its secondary weapon. But yeah, there's a handheld version that they give to grunts
Get
sometimes.
through that door. That's the way to the next canyon.
They suck. And once you kill them, the fuel rod cannon has like a couple second delay and then it explodes. So if you do kill fuel rod grunts, you really want to get out of there. We do have to fight through these rooms again, the round ones. I think they make them slightly more interesting in this level. Not this one in particular, but you'll have to see what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the flying made it so exciting. Like,
This level.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, being able to fly the Banshee around is very cool. You could do it back in Assault on the Control Room, but I don't think you were intended to, whereas this level is very much a flying level. Very cool.
Yeah, on Assault you had to do like a little glitch to get the elite to not get in it or something.
You just had to be quick, but like, I think I always did it by no-scoping the elite as you run through the door. I like that ambush. They use that hallway really well.
Oh, jeez. Wait, who are they fighting?
Do you want to talk about it since I didn't let you do it last video?
I do, yeah. So, I think it was one of the first games where you could have two enemies like fight each other and you could just sort of chill. I can think of one, like a Star Wars game for the NES or N64, where you could also do that, but like it was like one scene. But so it was really exciting to be able to like watch them fight each other and just sort of chill. And you're kind of like guessing who's gonna win, and either way, like you're gonna have a weakened enemy at the end of it. So
yeah, big time.
Really
Half-Life
cool
sort of had that. The Marines that try and kill you will also fight the aliens. So yeah, but it's a pretty rare thing to have factions. Normally, you basically just had allies or enemies, and that was it.
Yeah. And now there's 3 factions, and they all hate each
4.
other's guts. Or
3 other than humans.
right, yeah.
Yeah, we got humans, Covenant, Flood, and Sentinels.
Robots.
And they all want to kill each other. So it gets, very cool scenes like this.
Not a patient man.
No. It'd be too boring to show off that way, but it is
sure.
a totally viable strategy to just hang back, wait till the shooting stops, and take out whoever survived.
And Legendary, it was like definitely what I would do.
Yeah, you'd almost have to on Legendary. And that always took me by surprise. The Flood can jump between the 2 bridges. So they have now showed up behind us. Gotta watch out for that. I guess I should also point out that now we have to go the opposite way that the arrows point. They didn't change the arrows, so you just have to keep in mind that it's backwards.
That's kind of neat.
I do, even though we were mentioning that this map is like kind of repetitive, it is interesting to go over them again, but with new enemies this time. It adds,
Yeah, I agree. That's what I think makes it interesting. Is that even though you're fighting through the same rooms, whether or not the rooms have Flood or Covenant or both, completely changes the way you have to approach them.
Because these guys will just like be more aggressive, whereas I think like Covenant are a little more strategic.
Yes.
And the Sentinels just are Sentinels.
Yeah, they just laser things. But yeah, the Flood will just rush and try to kill anybody. That is their whole strategy for combat. Or they'll do that.
Oh,
God
nice.
damn Rocket Flood.
Hate you.
They're the worst. I think that was one of those things from that devs watch speedrun thing. Was even the developers were saying, wow, that was bullshit. Why did we put those in the game? Ooh. So, does that make the sniper rifle the only weapon that they don't use? I think it does.
Probably, unless we see it later, but...
No, they
Fuel
never
rod,
use it.
If you count that.
Say again?
Fuel rod, if you count that.
Oh, yeah, I don't count that because we can't pick it up in this game.
Yeah. No vehicles, too, which is nice. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think you'd be able to tell if it was a Flood or a Covenant flying them anyway, but...
No energy swords?
Nope, but again, we can't wield that in this game, so I'm not counting it.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I guess that makes it, the sniper rifle the only one.
I don't think I've seen them with a... Oh, right there.
Pistol, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think I've seen a pistol, but he's literally shooting at you, so...
They had it in the library, too, and probably in Guilty Spark. I don't remember.
It's so small, it's hard to notice.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no, like, real noticeable thing like the pink needles or green and blue plasma.
The giant spread of a shotgun.
Yes, the shotgun you absolutely hear as well.
Yeah.
Whoa, jeez.
Yeah, that was dangerous.
Okay, yeah. Earlier, you also threw a plasma. Oh, nice. Plasma grenade at a flood, and the flood was running towards you, and you missed it, but yeah.
Like that.
Oh, see, yeah.
Yeah, sticking grenades to flood is really not a great idea. I keep doing it, but it's not good. And so, there was at least 3 flood with rocket launchers standing right there. Just, oh, that's bad news.
Yeah, but now you got a lot of rockets.
Yeah, that's the good news.
Oh, that was satisfying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just chilling.
I don't know why they do that.
I think it shows like a certain amount of like sentience.
Mm-hmm.
Like if nothing's around, then they're just chilling.
Right. Until
They're
they
not just,
detect
like,
you.
always squirming to
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. Devs might have just thought it was funny.
Yep. Got a rocket launcher something.
It's true. Use them or lose them.
Exactly. Yeah, the elevator ride again. This one makes it a little bit more interesting because there's a bunch of flood dropping down on your head. They actually can't attack you very well. The whole dropping quickly doesn't really work with the AI, but I find that quite a surprise when you look up and have them just falling all over you.
Mm-hmm.
This room is interesting. I have no idea why, but all of the enemies in this room are human combat forms with no weapons. I don't know what the reasoning would be for that. Maybe one of the developers was just having fun placing them, but this entire room only has that one enemy type.
Maybe it was being held by humans and they all ran out of ammo or something.
Yeah, it could be.
It's very perceptive of you, though. I wouldn't have noticed that.
I mean, it helps when I have to replay the level like half a dozen times to record.
Because of rockets.
Well, yeah, I died to rocket flood a couple times. But yeah, like I'm sure I never noticed that detail when I was playing through it before.
That was a cool sound.
Yeah, it was. I should have waited and watched. I wonder if... oh, that's what I wanted to see. When the shield popped back up, it kind of blew up the rest of the Banshee. That's neat.
You could do that with yourself.
Yes.
In some levels, if you took it out and stood on the shield, it would bump you in through the geometry.
Yeah, that was one of the clipping tricks. You have to jump at the right time, I think, so that it like increases your momentum. Something like that. We're gonna get a good demonstration here as to why the turrets kind of suck. They don't do enough damage, and they make you stand in one place. So the fact that it's very easy for me to kill the grunts in the turrets is the same reason why it's very easy for the enemy to kill you if you try to use them.
thought maybe you'd try to take that thing out with just the ghost, and
It takes
I
a
was
while.
wondering. Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah.
It just, it seems to do less damage than you might think. I like going through this part the second time because they've made the snow heavier. Your visibility's lower.
Mm-hmm.
It's very atmospheric.
Yeah, especially playing this. I guess the game came out in winter, so it was snowy when I was playing it first time.
Okay. I can see that. Yeah, Halo
Or
games
maybe
almost
it didn't
always...
come out in winter, but I got it at Christmas.
That could be. I think Halo games almost always come out around November. I guess that's true for most big name games. For the Christmas rush.
Yep.
I wanted to show off the Warthog turret. Since you have to drive the vehicle, you don't always get a lot of chances to use it. And one other thing I wanted to show.
You didn't use it before.
Yeah, watch this. It actually handles differently on the ice. Like, what a cool detail, considering it must not come up very often.
Dogfight time. Alright, you're good.
God.
You put another mark on the side of it, I guess.
Yeah. The AI's not super good at flying in combat. But in Legendary, they'll still take you down very quick.
Yeah, I gotta imagine that'd be a hard thing to balance to make it fun and not just drive you crazy.
These structures up here, they were still here the first time we came through this level. Like, the map actually hasn't really changed. Just we had no opportunity to get up here. I find that kind of cool for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Just well thought out levels.
Yeah. That's the one problem with carrying power weapons. Sometimes you have to use them against things that you really shouldn't. That was me looking for a plasma weapon. I have a feeling we're going to need to fight Sentinels again, just like we did with the first reactor. And plasma weapons actually work really well against them.
So the question when you come upon this, if you're not gonna like wait for them to both like, which side do you help?
Yes.
Do you guys have like a particular?
I tend to help the Sentinels. I find they're easier to deal with than a crowd of Flood.
I would agree with that.
I think I would normally just help whatever team I think I could like if I could grenade a group of like, let's say Flood or Covenant, I would pick whatever is the biggest group.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess that's just like a speed thing. Miss.
Alright, I think that's it.
Are those enemies on your radar don't show up probably until here?
Some of them are infection forms, I think, who were just left over from the fight before. But yeah, they spawn in a whole lot more once you're vulnerable. God, those sections are brutal. You gotta make sure they're dead.
Yep.
I've located the Pillar of Autumn. She put down 1,200 kilometers upspin. Energy readings show her fusion reactors are still powered up. The systems on the Pillar of Autumn have failsafes even I can't override without authorization from the captain. We'll need to find him, or his neural implants, to start the fusion core detonation. One target remaining. Let's take care of the final pulse generator.
I might have mentioned this before, but upspin is just such a cool, like Cartesian, like whatever coordinate.
The final pulse generator.
That was me who said that almost exact thing way back when.
Yeah.
But it's
I
still
just
true.
still appreciate it. Yeah.
I didn't mention at the time, but I will now. One of my favorite authors and book series is the Discworld novels by Terry Pratchett. And their world being a disc, they do have something similar, where their directions are, they're polar coordinates, so it's hubward, rimward, what's the other one? Turnwise and Widdershins.
What's that last one?
It's just a made-up word to be weird. He does sort of absurd stuff, so...
Mm-hmm. Are you implying that our world is not a disc?
I am implying that, yes.
Interesting. I didn't realize you were a globehead.
I have some YouTube videos you need to watch.
Yeah.
No.
Let's
Hard
put a link
pass.
down below to...
Oh,
To say
Lord.
flat Earth stuff.
Yeah. Well, knowing YouTube, it'll probably just recommend it. Like,
Yeah.
here's a few far right people to listen to, and
Right.
all right, yeah.
Maybe
We're trying to
the-
get monetized here.
The automatic captioning thing will recognize the phrase flat Earth and start linking it.
Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
I don't know if it actually does that, but it wouldn't surprise me.
I think didn't we talk about them disabling their...
No, it still exists. I went and checked.
Cool.
Yeah, I was wrong.
I thought it did.
So, things aren't going to go well here. The rocket
What
launcher,
was- yeah, oh. okay.
rocket flood will also just like suicide bomb themselves. They don't care if you're right next to them.
I thought that was a melee. Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
Now we're speed running.
I'm just running through this stuff. It was only a couple minutes, but the video's already pretty long to begin with.
I'm still mad they won't let you take the Banshee through that door.
Yeah,
They gate you.
yeah, I don't think I exactly recognize that's why the door breaks as a vehicle blockade.
I assume it is.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. I just thought they wanted to do something cool.
It
I mean-
is.
It also kind of implies danger ahead, but...
Yeah.
It's good ambience, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
But it-
exactly what I was thinking, Cletus. Like, okay,
Yeah.
like, no more Banshee.
Yeah. It would make this part too easy.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of skip it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, fly right through.
Yeah, absolutely. If you could.
Yeah, I ain't got patience for this.
And I guess I'm trying to remember how they did it with the tank. I dropped the tank off early, but I guess at some point you would have come across a door that's just way too small for a tank to fit through.
I thought you could take the tank all the way through.
I don't think you can in Assault on the Control Room. But I don't quite
At
remember
least
now.
until you
Yep.
go into like the smaller hallways and the
Yeah,
sides.
that's what I mean.
yeah.
Because that's just kind of a natural vehicle blockade.
Yeah.
So if they're experimenting on Flood here, they would need to continually feed new hosts?
I'm not sure.
That's some, like, yeah. The ethics of that.
Nice.
Yeah. This is actually the same spot I showed off the original graphics the first time through. Also,
Nice.
Bonk.
yeah, fighting this Banshee doesn't go well. I don't know if we got a good chance to see it there, but I really like in the original graphics what the plasma looks like. So the Covenant and the Flood fighting, shooting plasma weapons at each other, just is such a very cool effect.
It's got a far more
very
like
colorful.
neon glow.
Yeah, and the atmosphere is just darker, like ambient lighting, I guess, was darker.
Oh my god.
There we go. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Flood just live forever. Like, they don't need to eat, no?
No, because the whole reason Halo kills everything is to just starve them to death. But I think it's possible that they
But, like-
kept samples like in cryo storage or something.
Yeah. But, like, I think just killing everyone just means that they can't reproduce. They'll be, like, the last thing left.
Well, the implication
I
is that
mean,
it starves them, I think.
Yeah, I
true.
mean, like, the idea is you'd repopulate eventually, right?
Right.
Like, that part of the
It's true.
galaxy, I guess. I guess you don't necessarily have to, but you
Yeah,
could
like
just
I
use
think
it as containment, but...
there's no Flood anywhere in the galaxy except on Halo because they kept them alive for study.
I guess that's fair.
But yeah, how they kept them alive is kind of unanswered. If they were actually feeding them, that's got some interesting implications.
Oh,
Nice.
how did that happen?
I think that might have been what happened to me earlier, is that when you kill them, if they're still holding the rocket launcher, they fire one
They
into their
fire
own feet.
death.
Yeah.
Makes it harder to find the rocket, too.
Yeah,
The
it
rocket
does.
launcher, yeah.
All right. This section is very memorable, at least to me.
Mm-hmm.
And you should be able to tell by the music change that it's, I don't know, important? It's probably not the right word, but notable.
Epic.
Boss fight.
Yeah. This is... It is kind of a boss fight. So this is a giant battle between Covenant and Flood. And the Covenant have two of these Wraith tanks and multiple turrets. And I think they even have like extra respawns for enemies. It's a tough section.
Yeah. I do remember it on Legendary.
Yeah, I'm guessing on Legendary you do what I'm gonna end up doing, just because I don't want to risk dying, and that is just take a Banshee and leave.
Yep.
Just get out of there. Yeah, staying down there and trying to fight on foot, it would have taken a long time, and to be honest, I probably would have died.
You still just like, I guess you have half health, but yeah, still.
Oh, the Banshee itself?
Yeah, it was still a close call.
Yeah, I mean, I could have tried to stay and fight with the Banshee, but yeah, it would take a lot of damage doing that too.
Taking a lot of damage right now.
Yeah, it is.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Didn't we used to push every Banshee off the edge so no one else could take it?
Probably.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
feel like thought we had to do that.
I'm going to make kind of a mistake here. I was so excited to find extra rockets and shotguns that's what I took. But neither of those things is actually all that good for fighting sentinels. Or a pistol, not a rocket launcher, I guess.
Because rockets we're pretty good at for fighting sentinels.
If you hit them.
Because it would usually take out a couple if you hit them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shotgun's not too bad.
No, you just have to get up really close to them.
Yeah, if they're high up, it's tricky.
Yeah, I should have taken a plasma rifle. Those things eat through sentinels pretty quick. But regardless, there we go. And the third power generator. Let's get it done.
Final target neutralized. Let's get out of here.
Let's find a ride and get to the captain.
No, that'll take too long.
You have a better idea?
There's a teleportation grid that runs throughout Halo. That's how the monitor moves about so quickly. I learned how to tap into the grid when I was in the control center. Unfortunately, each jump requires a rather consequential expenditure of energy.
Something tells me I'm not gonna like this.
But I'm pretty sure I can pull it from your suit without permanently damaging your shields. Needless to say, I think we should only try this once.
Do it.
Okay, well, mission accomplished. They probably can't set off Halo and kill us all.
And we only get one teleportation?
Yeah.
That's why he can't just teleport straight to Mordor, right?
That's right. Cortana seems to have it out for our shields. She just keeps finding reasons to maybe wreck them.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty important, so...
Yeah.
It'd be cool if you had to play a level with no shields.
It would be, actually. That would be a neat gimmick for a level.
Yeah.
It'd be tough.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That's going to be it. So here we are back in Halo's control room. We have mentioned a couple times that Bungie has an older series of games called Marathon. They have a simple but distinctive logo. And Halo actually started its life as a marathon game. And as such, there's a bunch of that symbol hidden in the game. A couple easy examples are on Captain Key's chest there next to his name tag.
I gave you an order, soldier. Get off this ship.
And also 343 Guilty Spark's eye, although it's hard to see unless he's talking. Now you may be asking what that has to do with the level 2 Betrayals. And that is because Halo's control room here is actually itself a giant marathon logo.